Hey guys, last video for today. This is Friday, April 23rd, and we are doing health and history. So you should have done your health review sheet yesterday, front and back, and you had a health worksheet also front and back. So for health, I'm going to give you the answers for that for the health review sheet. So you don't really have a lot of health to do today necessarily. We're just going to go over the review sheet, and your test is not going to be on Monday. So I will let you know. I'm going to wait and see if we're back in class on Monday or how that's working with our virtual learning, because I don't know at this point. So I will let you know, but we will not have the test on Monday, but you have the review sheet ready to go. So I'll give you plenty of notice for your test, okay? All right. So you should have this review sheet out. It says health review sheet, page 55 to 78. To identify a type of illness is to diagnose, D-I-A-G-N-O-S-E, diagnose. 2, germs that cause illness. There are 2, virus, V-I-R-U-S, and bacteria, B-A-C-T-E-R-I-A. 3, pulling in and up on the abdomen to remove an object that causes choking, Heimlich maneuver. H-E-I-M-L-I-C-H, maneuver, M-A-N-E-U-V-E-R. Help, number 4, the help that is given immediately after someone has been hurt is first aid. First aid. 5, injuries that do not require an immediate doctor's visit are minor injuries, M-I-N-O-R, minor injuries. Injuries that do require an immediate doctor's visit would be first aid emergencies. It would be an emergency. First aid emergency. Emergency is spelled E-M-E-R-G-E-N-C-Y. Okay, now we're to the teeth section. To grind food into pieces, number 1 is molars, M-O-L-A-R-S. 2, to bite and cut food. These are your incisors, I-N-C-I-S-O-R-S. Remember we talked about how it kind of looks like scissors and they cut. That helps you to remember them. 3, tear apart coarse fruits, vegetables, and meats. Cuspids, C-U-S-P-I-D-S, cuspids. 4, to tear and crush food, bicuspids, B-I-C-U-S-P-I-D-S, bicuspids. 5, adult teeth, permanent teeth, P-E-R-M-A-N-E-N-T, permanent. 6, film that forms on teeth, plaque, P-L-A-Q-U-E, plaque. Okay? Next, baby teeth are primary teeth, P-R-I-M-A-R-Y. Baby teeth are primary teeth. All right. Do you know how much time should you spend brushing your teeth each day? 2 minutes, at least twice a day, at least. You really should try to brush after every meal, but of course, like at lunchtime at school, that's not really a possibility. But okay, 2, what does rice stand for? This is an acrostic. Each letter stands for something different, and you see I have it written there. R is for rest. I is for ice. C is for compress, like a wrap. And E is elevate. And when should it be used? For minor injuries. Number 3, who began the modern nursing profession? Florence Nightingale. 4, how long should you scrub your hands with soap and water when you are washing them? 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 5, when should CPR be used? When someone is unconscious, that means they're not awake, and not breathing. Unconscious or not breathing. 6, where should cooked food be stored in the refrigerator? 7, what should you do if someone is being electrocuted? Don't touch them. Find an adult. Call 911. This is also an important one. Turn off the power if you can do that, if you know how to do that. Don't touch them. That's the first. Then get an adult or call 911. Turn off the power if you can. 8, a small hole in a tooth that is caused by sugars and acids is called what? A cavity. C-A-V-I-T-Y. Cavity. List 3 ways sickness can be spread. Touch, kiss, cough, or sneeze. I gave you 4. You only have to list 3. Touch, kiss, cough, sneeze. Okay? 2, list 4 good personal hygiene habits. I'm going to give you 5, but you only have to put 4. Washing your hair, brushing your teeth, taking a bath. Please take a bath. Wash your clothes, and wash your hands. So those are 5. I'll repeat those. Wash your hair, brush your teeth, take a bath, wash clothes, and wash hands. Okay, then for the test, when we get there, you're going to study the diagram of the teeth on page 69, which we talked about that earlier in the week too. Okay, now let's look at your labeling worksheet. It's page 13, worksheet 2. So it has the mouth on it. See it? Okay. And of course, this diagram is on page 69. So you really could have just copied it right out of your book. So I'm not going to spell the words for you. I'm just going to go down the list. Top line, ready? Incisors. Then cuspid, bicuspid, molar. Down to the bottom section of the teeth diagram. Molar, bicuspid, cuspid, incisor. Okay, you only had 4 choices there. You see that on the word bank. Okay, fill in the blank. Primary teeth are the baby teeth. That's number 1, primary. Number 2, permanent teeth are the adult teeth. Primary teeth is number 1, permanent teeth number 2. 3, plaque. Plaque. 4, a hole in the tooth is a cavity. So 3 is plaque, 4 is cavity. Okay, go to the back. Here you are supposed to place a check mark beside each correct first aid procedure. There could be more than 1 check. I'm going to tell you what you should have checked, okay? And of course, you're making changes on all of these things. If you did not get it right, don't leave it alone. Make sure you correct your answers. Number 1, what are the procedures for bumps and twists? Apply ice, raise the hurt area above the heart, and rest the hurt area. So 3 checks there. Apply ice, raise the hurt area above the heart, and rest the hurt area. 2, what are the procedures for scrapes and cuts? You should have checked clean the scrape or cut, raise the hurt area above your heart, and tightly cover the area with a clean cloth. Okay, 3, what are the procedures for a seizure? Check mark, find a trusted adult / call 911, move objects away from the person. 4, what are the procedures if someone falls on his head or neck? Do not touch the person, find a trusted adult. Both of those. 5, what are the procedures if someone is choking and there is no adult? Call 911 and the Heimlich. 6, what are the procedures for someone experiencing electrical shock? Do not touch the person. Find a trusted adult. Call 911. 7, what are the procedures for someone who is unconscious but breathing? Find a trusted adult and call 911. Stay with the person until help arrives. And 8, what are the procedures for someone who is unconscious and not breathing? Oh, yes, and this is what, it's interesting. This is what Brinley, I think, was asking me about earlier in the week, because the last 2 are the same question, but there are some other procedures. So it says CPR and find a trusted adult, call 911. That is if you know CPR. If you've not been trained to do CPR, then you just need to find a trusted adult and call 911, okay? All right, that is a little mistake there. They doubled that up, but it's okay. All right, so that's all for health. And if you didn't get all those answers or you need one repeated, you can just move the video over a little bit, back a little bit, and find that. Okay, now let's talk about your history. So if you'll get your history book out for me, please. You are going to read this on your own. We're not going to read it together. And there is no CC. Okay, but we are going to learn today how Amelia Earhart learns to fly. This is on page 409. You are reading 409 to 411. I have it written down in your assignment paper there for you, okay? You're also going to learn about a man named Charles Lindbergh and a man named George Putnam. And you're going to read about some accomplishments that Amelia Earhart made. And we'll discuss this a little bit later next week. And next week, we're going to finish the chapter and do a CC and things like that, okay? So I want you to read those pages to yourself. You're going to find it very interesting. So take your time and read carefully and make sure that you're not missing anything important there. And then we'll review that on Monday with a CC, okay? All right, so that's the end. A couple things I want to remind you of before I go, and that is that your history note cards are due on Monday. Hopefully, we're going to be in class together for me to check that. So if you have not been working on those, then take the time this weekend to do that because you don't have any other homework except for studying for your Bible verse, Psalm chapter 1, and then your Faces in History note cards due on Monday. By the way, there was one other thing I was going to tell you about Amelia Earhart. In case you figured up her age, I was going to give that out. I'm sure probably a lot of you did figure out the age there. She was 42 when she died, okay? And we'll read a little bit later on about how exactly the details surrounding her death. All right, so I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.